Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Entitled Parents. Story 1. Mother is demanding money in anticipation of my book release. So, my parents have demanded money from any income I've had most of my life. When I was 12, I had a paper route that I never saw a dollar from, and when I was older, I constantly had to give/loan money to them and even used an entire paycheck to help cover rent more than once. I always assumed it was both, but after my parents split up my dad stopped asking for money and my mom didn't, so it was obvious that she was the one always pushing for it. I love my mom, don't get me wrong. She did a lot right with raising me and my siblings, and as much as it sucked to keep giving up my own money, I felt that I had to pay her back for everything she did. Misguided, I know. But after my parents split up, she completely went off the deep end. She started doing heavy drugs and constantly going out to see men. I tried not to judge her, but it all came to a head when I brought my sons over for a family Thanksgiving years ago and she literally spent the entire day in her room with 2 guys getting a tattoo that I never saw. Now she has no stable home, claims to be going to rehab every few months, and has a new boyfriend every time I hear an update from her. She never makes any effort or time to see me or my family, including my 7-year-old son that she has never even met. So I'm almost done writing a book. It's nothing spectacular, but I'm proud of it and some people might even like it. I've been posting on Facebook to my friends and family for people to help me review it and give me their thoughts, a process that has taken a couple of years and to no one's surprise, she has done nothing to help with. I plan to publish soon, and so I get a message from her out of the blue saying, with the money you get from your book, you can help me make sure I have a great Christmas with me and boyfriend's name kids. I've shrugged off similar messages from her in the past, but this one really set me off. All I said was no, any money I make goes to my family, but I wanted to say so much more. She's still in contact with my siblings, so I don't want to upset her and cause more family drama. What I wanted to say was, I'm an amateur author doing their first book. This won't make much if anything at all. And on the off chance I hit the proverbial lottery and people like it much more than I am expecting, I still won't give you a cent. My wife deserves help bringing in money for our family, my kids deserve a good education, and I have friends that say sup every couple weeks and ask about my children more than you do that I would give money to before you. So fuck you, fuck your boyfriend, and fuck his kids that you care about more than your own grandchildren. I just wanted to get this off my chest. Thank you. Story 2. An Entitled Aunt July edition. Been a few months since the last story about this aunt. Well, we all got together against for the 4th of July with the rest of the family, and as y'all might have come to expect from this selfish and entitled mother/son duo, it was nothing but a stress fest of my aunt being entitled on numerous fronts. When we reached my grand's house, EA and C were there, along with both their dogs. BC, despite not even being able to properly train the devil dog, EA got herself another dog, a mix, has some lab, shepherd, and we think pit bull in her. So you know, we'll need a lot of training that EA won't provide. Personally, I think she only adopted another dog because my family got a new puppy, and she was jealous that our girl was getting all the attention for being the newest dog/a puppy. The first? We had brought our own puppier with us and C immediately started begging to walk our dog. Which was a hard no, C can hardly be trusted to walk his own dog, we're not trusting his with ours. We're out by the highway, no fence, ain't no freaking way we're trusting C to not lose the leash. EA tried to convince my dad that it'll be fine, that C has plenty of experience walking their own dog, experience I very much remember being my gran getting hurt in June because he let the leash go while on a walk and their new, who's already knee height, tackling her to the ground, and then she started getting huffy when they didn't get her way. Not even half an hour later our dog is running around the house without her collar on. C had put a leash on the collar, and not the harness she was wearing, and was going to walk her, and she managed to get out of her collar and was running about thinking we were playing with her. EA immediately came to the defense, claiming that it's not like C was doing anything wrong, that he's a boy, it's fine if he walks our dog, and then tried to slap me with a "you're always walking our dog." Like, woman, I'm never walking your dog by choice. You're always throwing him onto my lap or shoving his leash into my hand and demanding I look after him because you don't want to. She also tried to argue that it would have been our fault if our dog got loose anyway, because she got out of her collar so easily. Like, no, that's why she has the harness on. She's an escape artist when it comes to collars. My grams took both C and EA aside and I figured that was that. We collared the dog back up and left her with my other cousin, not EA's kid, but she is kind of uncomfortably weird about him, dogs to play with while we all chatted outside. EA and C returned, and before long EA was talking about how she and C were going on vacation, going to take a whole week to go to this or that place, and then, rather than ask my dad or my mom, she turned to me and asked if I was going to house sit and watch her devil dog for her, and not even would I do this for her but just the whole expectation that I was going to. Just her devil dog, because she was taking the new dog with her on vacation. I said no and so EA hit me back with a humph and well, you know, OP, whenever you and your parents were out of town, I always watched your dogs. The entitlement to that. First of all, I was a little kid and had no say in that, and the most my family did was a 3-day camping trip every summer, which we always took the dogs with us on. We stopped doing that years ago, and we've only gone on like 3 or 4 multi-week trips that we couldn't bring our dogs with us on, which is nothing compared to EA's every other weekend camping, and every few months a vacation thing she has going on. Second of all, she never house-sat or babysat our dogs full-time like she demands of us, she just came in a couple times a day to feed them and let them out, and that was it. Half the time she wasn't even the one doing that, it was our gran who checked in on our dogs or stayed at our house. And lastly, the dogs we had at that time weren't anything like the devil dog. One was just the biggest, most lovable idiot around, and the other, while somewhat aggressive, was nothing like devil dog. She only snapped if you tried to take her food away while eating, or tried to take a toy from her while she was playing. My grandma said she'd watch the devil dog, which didn't stop EA from just glaring at me throughout the night. But some health stuff came up for my gran so, shockingly, my folks and I've been watching the little monster since Monday. And for a dog with barely any teeth, he's got a strong bite. After that, it mostly went without any following issues. From her at least. Several times through the night C just about got his ass beat for how he was acting, which EA of course tried to hand-wave away as just boys being boys. Dude's almost 13, he is more than old enough to know that he doesn't point fireworks at people. Story 3. Went through a breakup and my mom got upset that I wouldn't buy her a business class flight overseas. As the title states, I'm just baffled. Literally 3 days after my breakup, seeing me barely eating, crying, been in my room the whole week, she calls me that her friend went out of the country and the business class tickets was on sale. She was begging me to buy her $4,000 plane ticket while I called off work and bawl my eyes out. Like WTF? Story 4. Entitled parent put me into debt to buy a car for her spoiled second child. Yup. You read that correctly. My mother is very entitled. Actually, you cannot do anything apart from what she is demanding. She cannot communicate or she is not willing to comprehend anything that you are actually communicating. In 2018 she demanded, me to sign some papers for a new car. Basically she was buying a new car under my name so when I would get my license, that car would be mine. I thought she was paying in cash. Instead, to buy a Fiat 500 for my sister, she made me sign a loan. I didn't know it, so she could fully pay my sister's car and let her live her life debt-free. I did not have that privilege. This kind of financial abuse/bullying literally set me under every achievement anyone my age had. I had to focus on survival, so no degree for me. No license for me. Nothing. Had to spend my days worrying how to repair her disastrous choices. I literally need like a good 7/8 of therapy just because of the financial abuse. No one I know had the same experiences. It's also very alienating. I have PTSD from debts collectors threatening me, some of them were also very sorry and compassionate. Story 5. Children at the movie theater. Went for a movie today after a long time. During the trailers a kid is listening to Baby Shark on high volume. Okay, ignored since it's just the trailers. Once the movie starts, the Baby Shark stops. Well, 10 minutes in and cue the kid screaming. The mother pacifies him with the tablet again. So now, along with the movie we all listen to Baby Shark on blast. Like the fucking entitlement of these parents. Finally the people around them scream to shut that shit down. 1 hour in and another kid starts jumping up and down. Clearly the kid is done with her attention span for the day. Her parents don't seem to give a fuck. People around them scream to get the kid seated. After probably half hour they leave the movie. Is a movie so important to these parents that they can't leave once they see their kids revolting? I finally remembered why I stopped going to the movies. It's thanks to the people around who can't watch a movie in silence, and not distracted by their phone. Story 6. Parents don't like my boyfriend. Well, I debated posting about this for a long time, but here we are. My parents are in their 50s and have expressed dislike for my boyfriend by having long conversations with me saying that I should listen to their wisdom and by making little side. Story 7. Give us free drinks or you're fired. Hello readers. I work at a small neighborhood coffee shop as a barista and cashier. I recently just turned 18 and I've been working there since I was 16. This happened a few days ago and it's actually probably one of the most traumatizing experiences I've ever had. Ed, 50 to 60, is entitled Dad, M, 50 to 60, is entitled Mom, and S, 18 to 22, is the son. Setting the story, we just opened and I was waiting at the counter when Ed, M, and S came in. Everything was normal, they ordered 3 hot chocolates, which is about $15 USD. This is when it got a little crazy. Ed, $15 for 3 hot cocos? Is this a joke? There's no senior discount. Me, no, sir. I'm very sorry but we are too small to get a senior discount. $5 for a large cocoa is reasonable, I haven't made the drinks yet so if you want smalls instead it'll be $8. I gave Ed and M a warm smile while they looked mad. M bursted into a fit. M, this is disrespectful to elders. Her voice was insanely stern. I have PTSD so I flinched at this. At least give us free small cocos. I was visibly shaking but I was still kind. Me, we can't give you free drinks, I'm very sorry. S, I can pay the $15, it's fine M, no. We're treating you. Ed, give us the free drinks or you're fired. I have absolutely no idea how to deal with yelling so I teared up but I kept being nice. Me, I said I can't, please don't yell at me M, this is disrespectful. Where is your manager? Me, fully crying but still smiling, he's not working today. S, you're upsetting them, just let me pay. S pushes the parents out of the way, pays 15, and I make the drinks. S, thank you, I'm so sorry about this. Me, still crying but not as bad, it's fine, have a good day. Ed and M gave me a glare as the 3 left. That's all for today, please don't forget to like and subscribe.